Welcome to a new guitar tutorial. Today we have a look at one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs. It's Tangerine, released on their third album. If you're interested in sheet music of the song, you can go to my Patreon page. There you can download a transcription of the rhythm guitar part, including tabs and regular notation. And by the way, thanks a lot to all my Patreons for their support. If you enjoyed the lesson, please hit subscribe, ring the bell, leave a like. If you have any questions, drop me a line in the comments. The song is in the key of A minor, but if you listen to the original recording, you will find out that it's nearly a semitone flat. I don't know if they had any issues with the tape machine or if they wanted to slow down the song after they recorded it. The song starts with the same part that is played during the verses. We are starting with a pickup on an A minor chord, 3 and 4, and we have this regular A minor chord. Then we add the fourth finger on the third fret of the B string, then back to this regular A minor chord, and then we release the first finger and have the open B string. 3 and 4. Now we're going to this open G major chord, third fret of the low E string, second fret of the A string. We have the open D and the open G string and the third fret on the B and on the high E string. 1, 2 and 3. So we are picking this G chord twice. And then we're going to this open D major chord. After that, we're only picking the D string and the G string, followed by the third fret of the B string. And now we're picking the D chord for 2 more times. 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2. And this leads us back to this A minor chord where we started from. We're playing the same to this point, but now we're going to an open C major chord. So this part again starting from the second A minor chord. 1. Now we're picking the A and the D string, followed by the upper strings. And now we're playing an arpeggio. We're starting on the C major chord and picking the A string, D string and the G string twice. And then we're changing to the second fret of the A string, open D string, and we're playing the same arpeggio, A string, open D string, and once again the G string twice. And this leads us to the next A minor chord. So once again this whole section starting on the second A minor chord. And on this A minor chord we're starting with the open A string. 1, 2 and E3, and now we're going to the G chord again, and then to the D chord. So this complete bar. 1, 2 and E3, E4, E1. And now we're staying on this D chord 1, 2, and E3 on beat number 3. We're adding the fourth finger on the third fret of the high E string, so we have a D sus4 chord. 1, 2, and E3, and then back to this regular D chord. And on the last eighth note of this bar, we're going once again to this D sus4 chord, and then once again back to the normal D chord. So only this D chord bar. 1, 2, and E3, and 4, and 1. And these complete two bars starting on the A minor chord. And one more time, the complete intro section. And then the verse starts, and during the verse we play the same part that we played as the intro of the song, with only a slight difference on this last D chord. On the last eighth note of this bar, we don't go to the D sus4 chord again. Here we go to a D sus2 chord. We release the second finger and have the open E string. 1, 2, and E3, and 4, and 1. And then the chorus section starts. We are starting with a pickup, with a C chord, followed by a D chord, leading to a G chord. 1, and 2, and E3, and E4, and E1. One more time. 1, and 2, and E3, and E4, and E1. And we're staying on this G chord. 1, 2, 3, and 4. For and 4, we're going on this D chord. 1, 2, 3, and 4, leading to the C chord again. And 1, 2. And now we're playing the same pickup. And E3, and E4, and E1. So this complete part was the pickup. 1, and 2, and E3, and E4, and E1. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and E3, and E4, and E1. And now this part is repeated with some slight variations sometimes, but basically we're playing again 1, and 2, and E3, and E4, and E1. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and E3, and E4, and it's repeated. 2, 3. One more time. So we have the same part 3 times, and on the last time when we get to this G chord, we're playing 1, and 2, E3, and 4E, and E1. So one more time, this G bar. 1, and 2, E3, and 4E, and E1, and 2. Here we go into this D chord again. 1, and 2, and on this eighth note we're going to this D sus4 chord. 1, and 2, and 3. Back to this D chord. 1, and 2, and Once again, this D sus4 chord, 4, E and 1. So this D chord one more time, 1 and 2 and 3, E4, E and 1. And combined with the G chord, 1 and 2, E3 and 4, E and E1 and 2 and 3, E4, E and 1. And one more time, the complete chorus section, 1 and 2. And then the next verse part starts, and the next verse is played completely the same as the first verse part. And after the second verse, there's a pedal steel guitar solo, and the comping for the guitar solo goes like this. Leads back to the chorus section. And the comping part for the guitar solo starts also with an A minor chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, followed by the G chord, 1 and 2 and E3 and 4. Then we're going to the D chord, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and leading to an F chord. So these first 3 bars, once again, A minor, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and E3 and 4, E1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. And this leads us to an F chord. We bar the first fret, and we have the second finger on the second fret of the G string, the third finger on the third fret of the A string, and the fourth finger on the third fret of the D string. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and E1. And this leads to an open E major chord, first fret of the G string, second fret of the A string, and the second fret of the D string. So this F chord once again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E1. Then on the E chord we are playing 1 and 2 and E, and on beat number 3 we're going back to this F chord, 3 and 4. On beat 4 we have only a ghost note, dead note, 3 and 4 and on 4 and we're back on the E chord. So this bar starting on the E chord, 1 and 2 and E3 and 4 and the complete 2 bars starting on the F chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E1 and 2 and E3 and 4 and 1, 2 and E3 and 4 and E. Next bar we're staying on this E chord, 1 and 2 and E, and on beat 3 we're going once again to this F chord, 3 and 4 and E. So the last 3 bars starting on the F chord, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E1 and 2 and E3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and E3 and 4 and E. And this leads us to a C chord. 1, 2 and E, and then going to a G chord. 1 and 2 and E3, E and 4 E and. This bar one more time. 1 and 2 and E3, E and 4 E and 1. We're staying on this G chord, and now we're going to this D chord again, and 2 and changing to a D sus2 chord again with the open E string, and 2 and 3 and 4, and on the last 8 notes of this bar we're going to this D sus4 chord again and 1. So these last 2 bars starting on the C chord, 1 and 2 and E3, E and 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And now the chorus section starts once again. So this complete guitar solo comping part one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and E3 and 4 E1 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 2 and 3 and 4 and E1 and 2 and E3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and E3 and 4 and E1 and 2 and E3 E and 4 E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then with the next chorus section. And this chorus section is played in the same way as the chorus before, and it also ends on this D chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and 1. And now we hold this D chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And this bar is repeated 6 times, and then we fill this bar with a little groove. 1, 2, E3 and E4 E and 1, 2, E3 and E4 E and. We have this D chord. 1 and 2, E3 and E4, and then we release the second finger and have this D sus2 chord again. E and 1, 2, E3 and E4 E and. And this bar is repeated 4 times. And then we are at the ending of the song, and the ending starts with an A minor 7 chord. We have a normal A minor fingering, and we add the 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string. Going back to a regular A minor chord. Then we're going down to the 3rd fret of the low E string. And then there's this little melody on the G and the B string. We have the open G and the open B string. Then we add the 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B string. And then we're going up to the 3rd fret of the B string as our 4th finger. And then we're playing a little groove on this chord. So this complete part. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and E3 E and 4 E and E. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and E3 E and 4 E and E. Now we're going to this F chord with a sharp 11. we have the 3rd fret of the D string, the 2nd fret of the G string, and the open B string. And here we are playing also melody, we're playing the chord, and then the B string again, and then we're going up to the 1st fret of the B string. And then we're playing also a little groove on this F major triad. 1 and 2 and E3, E and 4, E and E. And on the last beat of this bar, we release the 2nd finger and have the open G string. 4, E and E. So this complete F bar one more time. 1 and 2 and E3, E and 4, E and E. And the song ends on. Here we have the open G string and the 1st fret of the B string again, followed by the 2 open strings for 2 times, which leads us to this open G chord. And then there's an overdub guitar which is doing some harmonics, and you can play these harmonics also by picking the strings and touching the strings on the 12th fret with the 1st finger. So you can combine the regular guitar and the overdubbed guitar in one guitar part. This was the rhythm guitar part for Tangerine by Led Zeppelin. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Please hit subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, leave a like, and if you have any questions, drop me a line in the comments. I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.